Okay, so I've said as long as you guys keep doing what you're doing, then I'm going to keep doing what I do. She's pelting me with Big Mama right now because she's probably mad about what I just said. So I'm going to say more. I called Child Protective Services last night because what I believe is going on is she's so obsessed with me, she does nothing else. She's literally neglecting her child. Now, she has a daughter that's taking care of the child. I thought it was the daughter's child. But from that argument, it kind of sounded like it was actually her child, and I was kind of blown away. So I've heard somebody, and I would assume that it's her, walking around with this direct energy weapon that's highly toxic EMFs being put into their environment down there. Everybody's probably getting cancer right now. She's carrying this baby in one arm and the weapon in the other arm pointed up at me. And the baby's crying. So that baby's really smart. The baby's like, get me the fuck out of here. What are you doing, lady? You know? And this is my mother. I mean, it's the same thing as like putting a kid in an environment where there's all these guns all around or something. You know, and everybody's kind of tossing the guns around at each other like it's no big deal. Like, hey, you know, toss over the machine gun. Here, toss over the shotgun. You know? You don't think that's a dangerous environment for a child to be in? But they were like, do you have any proof that there are any bruises or broken parts or any kind of scratches or anything? I'm like, I don't live there. I don't know. I haven't seen any of that. I mean, the system is just so corrupt and it's just so messed up. How does somebody, and she's got like 5 of these things. She had a radiation bomb one time, remember? The doctor tested for it. That kid is in a very, very toxic environment. Thank God her daughter is taking care of that little baby, or who knows what would be happening. And if the daughter wasn't there, she wouldn't pay any attention at all. That kid would just sit there and starve, you know? I mean, I said a couple times I heard the baby in her arms crying, but that's it. And the most of that, everything else is always like, you know, the daughter doing stuff. So from what I've gathered, you know, you hear things through the walls, and I don't know. It's just a really unfortunate thing. And the other one, the other neighbor that I've talked about, like a while ago when I was in there, back when she was pretending to be a friend, she had her daughter locked, literally locked in her bedroom, not able to get out. And I was like, why do you keep her locked in there? And she's probably like 4 or 5 or something like that, I would guess. I was like, why do you keep her locked in there? Oh, well, there's these little like really sharp little things that are in the grass that get all over in the carpet. I don't want her to step on them. And I'm like, dude, get her some shoes or something, or carry her, or vacuum a lot. I don't know. You can't just keep your kid in a room and never let her out. Like, and she would kick the wall on my side. You know, I would hear her kicking the wall all the time. She hasn't done it in a while, so I think when I started talking about stuff she was doing on the channel, I think she maybe changed things around. I don't know. She never brings her kid out, like, except for special occasions. And she also said, oh, well, sometimes my cat scratches the baby. It's like, dude, that's like called a normal household. That's like normal kids run around in the house, throughout the house. They tip things over, they break things, they get into things, they hurt themselves. That's part of life. That's what happens. That's what teaches us not to do certain things, you know? So, and to have them calling the cops on me with false reports that aren't even true. You know, saying I'm stomping unnecessarily when I'm stomping like for my life, to save my life. That's like me calling the cops and saying that little girl is like kicking the walls and how dare she, like that little troublemaker child, when it's like the poor kid is probably like, let me the fuck out of here. I get no attention and I'm locked in this room and can't get out. This is the only thing, and she doesn't even know what her kid's watching. I asked her, I said, what does your kid watch? She goes, I don't know. I just put it on. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what? Are you even a mom? Are you sure? You know, because she's always going over to the neighbors' houses and scheming and stuff. That's what she spends her time doing, is coming up with more and more schemes or whatever she can think of to do. So I don't know. Pretty messed up. But, and I could be wrong, because I'm just observing whatever, whatever I've seen or heard or whatever, or collect, just surmised. So of course I could be wrong, but that's just what I've come to with my own observation. So we in this world need to do a lot of correcting of a lot of this corruptive stuff. This I don't know. This situation is so ass backwards that I'd still be sitting here being abused all the time like this, while the moms that are actually neglecting and imprisoning their own children are not getting anything done to them at all. Of course, if I call the cops, they're going to try to pin something on me, because they're part of the, the satanic network, and they all want to try to find something on me. So I'm not going to call the cops. I had the nice police say, oh, well, you can call anytime and tell us if this doesn't stop or whatever. And I was like, can I call your direct line? Since I know you're nice, can I call you directly? And they were like, oh, you just call 911 and just talk to whoever. And I was like, yeah, no, no. That doesn't work for someone like me. No, that's not. Somehow the neighbor next door is able to get hold of a cop directly all the time. I heard the voice she's talking to. She talks to the same lady all the time. So somehow she's got a direct line to her. I wonder how that happened. I wonder how all the cards are stacked against me, and they're all playing out nicely for all of them, or they have been. The tables are turning, and shame. Keep attacking me and see what happens next.